Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a city that might not be the first one you think of when you hear the word Mafia, but has a long and storied history with organized crime. We're talking about Hamilton, Ontario, also known as the Steel City. For decades, this industrial hub has been a battleground and a stronghold for powerful crime families, shaping the city's underworld in profound ways. Our story really begins in the early 20th century with the arrival of Italian immigrants seeking a better life in Canada. Among them were individuals connected to the Old World traditions of the 'Ndrangheta from Calabria and the Cosa Nostra from Sicily. In Hamilton, these groups found fertile ground. The city's bustling industries and working-class neighborhoods provided cover and opportunity. One of the earliest and most influential figures was Rocco Perri, dubbed the King of the Bootleggers, Perri. Alongside his partner, Basia Starkman, built a massive empire during the Prohibition era. Smuggling alcohol across the border into the United States, they were pioneers, laying the groundwork for what was to become a sophisticated criminal enterprise. Perri's rise and mysterious disappearance in 1944 cemented his legendary status and marked the end of one era, but the beginning of another. After Perri, the Hamilton landscape was dominated by several key families, most notably the Musitanos and the Papaglias. Johnny Pops Papaglia, known as the Enforcer, was a feared and respected figure who held sway over southern Ontario's criminal activities for decades. His influence extended from loan sharking and extortion to controlling vending machine businesses. The Papaglia family was a major player, part of the Buffalo crime family's Canadian wing, essentially making Hamilton a key outpost for the American mob. For years, they operated with a certain level of impunity, a powerful force lurking in the city's shadows. Their reign seemed unshakable, a dynasty built on fear and illicit profits. But in the world of organized crime, power is never permanent. The 1990s brought a violent and dramatic shift. The Musicino crime family, led by brothers Pasquale Pat and Angelo Musicino, decided to make their move. They had ambitions to take over, and they weren't subtle about it. In 1997, Yoni Papaglia was assassinated in broad daylight outside his Railway Street office by a hitman named Ken Murdoch, who later claimed he was acting on orders from the Musitano brothers. Just a few months later, Papaglia's lieutenant, Carmen Barillero, was also found dead. This bloody coup vaulted the Musitanos to the top of Hamilton's underworld. For a time, they were the new kings, but their reign was built on a foundation of betrayal, and that often comes back to haunt you. The 21st century has seen the Hamilton Mafia landscape become even more fragmented and volatile. The old guard is fading, and new players are constantly vying for power. The Musitano family's grip began to loosen. In 2017, Angelo Musitano was shot and killed in his truck in his own driveway. This was a clear message. Then, in 2020, his brother Pat Musitano met a similar fate, gunned down in a Burlington plaza. The assassinations of both brothers marked the dramatic and violent end of the Musitano family's control, creating a massive power vacuum in the region. Who was behind it? Speculation points to a coalition of rivals, possibly with backing from Montreal or other factions, all wanting a piece of the lucrative Southern Ontario rackets. So what does the future hold for Hamilton's underworld? The city is at a crossroads. With the traditional families decimated, the landscape is more unpredictable than ever. Law enforcement suggests that what we're seeing is a shift away from the classic, hierarchical family structure. It's now a more fluid and decentralized network of various criminal groups, including biker gangs and other ethnic-based organizations, all competing for territory and profit. The violence may have subsided for now, but the potential for conflict remains high as these new factions try to establish dominance. The story of the Hamilton Mafia is far from over. It's simply entering a new, uncertain chapter. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Steel City's hidden history. It's a fascinating and complex story that continues to unfold. If you found this interesting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next investigation. See you next time.